So it's day 23, and we are looking today at, let's bring it up on screen for you, the coolest looking RPG book, product stroke book. Newman, who's going to take this one for us?
Cosmic, this is right back at you.
Ah, fantastic. Okay, then. So let me jump into the spotlight and explain why it's called Cthulhu, folks. What a surprise. This book for me is really useful because not only is it the Keeper's story, I'm dyslexic, not massively dyslexic, but what it means is when I look at a page, my eyes go all over the place. I have real difficulty finding the end of a sentence, and it can just be a complete jumble. Consequently, I've never read many books in my life. So yesterday, folks were talking about the Eric Melnibone stories. I probably have to listen to them on audiobook. But I remember thinking, I must read those Harry Potter books. I know, I'll get Stephen Fry to read them to me. I can't sit still for 24 hours, even if it's Stephen Fry reading me Harry Potter. So I appreciate a book like this so I can enjoy my game. It's just well laid out. There's plenty of space in here, so my eyes can digest one single paragraph before moving on to the next. There's call-outs, there's illustrations, there's large titles, there's plenty of tables. Now, the thing for me is kind of like, okay, well, let me just hold this close right in front of my face. No, not working. There we go. Yeah, if I hold it just like that. The tables in here are different colors, so my eyes can actually latch on to different colored tables, and it's on a different page, the borders, everything like that, which means, I mean, the illustrations are great and cool, but also it's just really useful for me. I'm able to digest rules fairly easily, and that's why I think Call of Cthulhu is the best looking, coolest looking RPG product or book. That's it, folks. As I say, I will genuinely not want to try different RPGs because I'll have to read the rule book. And if I get the rules wrong, somebody's going to have it. So I just stick to the ones I know. And it's as simple as that, Silence. Everyone's looking at me.
No, I think that's a really, really good thing to say, Cosmic. I think, pointing out there that with your dyslexia, that there is an accessibility kind of point with the rule book, that it is almost designed with that in mind. I think that's a really, it's a big thing within the tabletop role-playing community, is making books. How do we make them accessible? There's a number of things within the tabletop role-playing community that we absolutely aspire to, and you've just nailed one and talked about why a product is so good for that reason.
Yeah,
absolutely. It is an exceptionally good-looking book. It really is, and some of the art is wonderful, and the big splash pages for the beginning of each section. I think that's some of the best art that's out there. And speaking of some of the best art that's out there, Host and Hostility, which I'm sure Stu probably has to hand. I have got to give a shout out to my Stars Are Right colleague, Mr. Howell. Some wonderful Hogarth-esque pictures.
I'll show you that one because that's one that.
Yes, that's one of my favorites.
Yes, so he's done them in the style of Hogarth, and James Gilray was the brief that I gave. Let's just.
Did you say we can't show that because that's one Newman made?
That's the one that Newman played.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
This is the
Shut
one that
Newman
played. So there we go. So.
There we go.
Isn't that gorgeous?
That is fantastic, because that looks like something drawn in the style of history.
It's
Cosmic,
so in period.
Yeah, we have different coloured text boxes and tables.
There you go. That's the sort of thing that just leaps out of a page.
Yeah,
that is very cool looking.
On demand.
And then finally,
sorry.
I want to show you this one picture. I mentioned a character class a few days ago, the Mourners from Unhallowed Metropolis. There's one of them, the Gothic Ninja Vestal Virgins.
Fantastic.
With
Look at that.
her signature weapons, the Exculpus, which is like a giant cookery knife.
Amazing.
Fabulous art in this book.
That is very cool. So that's day 23 on the Miskatonic Playhouse, the coolest looking RPG product stroke book. We all have our favorites. Let's see what tomorrow brings for us.